Hi and welcome to today's video, which is of my empties for February 2023. I've got them into various categories as best that I can, and I'm going to start off with bath and body care and move on to face care and then makeup. So within the bath and body care, whenever I have a bath, I also burn candles, and I tend to light them half an hour or so before I have a bath, so that they, over the course of my bath, they pool, because it's problematic if you extinguish a candle before it's pooled, because then you get a poor burn and you end up with lots of wax left. So I have gone through quite a few candles, because I usually burn 2 at a time, and sometimes one burns out quicker than another, then I have to get another, so there may be an odd number that I burn through, but I always have 2 at any given time. So the first one I've got is, it comes and it goes from IKEA, and I think it's their Lingonberry winter one. They have 2 or 3 winter candles which come out every year, and yeah, this was quite pleasant, a fairly good burn, but the scent throw wasn't that strong. I have another that is quite a strong one. It's cedarwood and myrrh from Primark. Now Primark have this scent now and again. They do bring it back. This one is a very strong one. It has a lovely aromatic scent. Obviously it's predominantly incense, but I adore, my favourite fragrances are frankincense, myrrh and cedarwood. So that is absolutely gorgeous. It runs quite masculine, I suppose, but I really like that fragrance. Like I say, it's my favourite, and Mr. Bear likes it as well. The next one I got in an advent calendar, and it's Parks Amber Nocturne. So obviously Nocturne, night candle. So this one is quite a lovely candle. It burnt quite uniformly. Now when the wick burns out, the wick burns out and basically burnt out before the wax has been finished. But it was a nice enough candle, quite sweet, gourmandy amber. But yeah, it lasted a couple of days or so it was nice enough. And then I have another from an advent calendar by Aromatherapy Associates. This one may well be Revive, because it's quite a sharp, astringent sort of uplifting citrus. No, I like it, really like it. It's some citrus and bergamot. It actually burned extremely well. I do love this little porcelain pot. It would be good as a little plant pot, I suppose, so I may use that as such. Yeah, that was really nice, but I do like Aromatherapy Associate stuff anyway. The next item I have is a set of candles, leather bound, from TK Maxx. That has got a really good clean burn. DW can be a bit hit and miss. The small candles I find work extremely well. It depends the size of wick to wax ratio, but I do enjoy this one because it's a lovely leathery scent. So I finished that one up, and then I finished this one up as well, and you can't see any wax because this one was a perfect burn right to the end. So that's all my wax stuff. Now I'll go on to other things I use in the for bathing. This was a champagne-y fragrance bubble bath from Marks and Spencer's. Absolutely lovely. I don't know whether to keep the bottle because it's still lit up. It still lights up. And yeah, but it wasn't from the 2022 Christmas. It might have been from 2021, because I bought this around July in an outlet store for about £5. It was quite nice, that. And then my favourite thing at the moment is by Body and Soul. It's a brand that it took me ages to hunt back down again. It's from Home Bargains, Golden Glow, and it is an ambery, earthy, orangey concoction. It's lovely and warming. My favourite, like absolutely gorgeous. It reminds me of like the cinnamon pomander, where you get a clove, and you put cloves into oranges at winter. The Victorians did it, and I did it as a child, and you'd hang it up. It has that sort of fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Then I have from Tesco extracts of magnolia. This was a cream product. A milky cream product, but it foamed extremely well. It had a very light fragrance, but it was pleasant enough. I think it's quite unisex because it wasn't too floral. Really nice. And then another item that I use, another couple of items, I've got some bath soap from a bath company in York. I can't find the name, but when I do, I will let you know in another empties video. It was triple milled, so it didn't melt, but it was difficult to foam as well, and it took a long time to use. I probably used that in December as well as January, just for the hands, and it was really nice. that, like I say, it took a bit of working. And I've got another one I'm using at the moment. So this one is a bath crumble. So it's like bath bombs that are broken up, and it's in here. I'm sure that's how they use seconds of bath bombs. Yeah, it was nice enough. I just put one small piece in, and it helped the bath to foam, and it helped to soften the water. I then have some bath salts, which I actually picked up from Home Bargains in 2 litres, so it lasted me perhaps about 6 weeks. Finished it up in January. Really, really nice rose fragrance. And bath salts do tend to have a menthol note. This one doesn't. It's just, you know, rose all the way through. And again, this is for softening the water and softening the skin. Now, I'm from a soft water area, so it's not vital, but I do like the extra softness that it gives the water. Then I've got a Neutrogena Hydro Boost. Now, this is hyaluronic acid. This costs somewhere between £7 and £9, I think. And it's 400ml, so it's a large product. Now, I've tried the Necessaire brand, and I think it's either from Canada or America, and theirs was 150ml for £20 odd. Like I said, this is 400ml. Out of the two, I prefer this for performance. It's really, really nice. So what you do is you put it on damp skin or even dry skin, cleansed skin, and then you put your moisturiser on top, and it keeps your skin moisturised, which I feel that it does, because I have very, very dry skin. So I have another one. I think if you want to try hyaluronic acid for the body, you know, it's really, really cheap, well worth the money to go out and get that. Then I have two hair products, a mask and a shampoo, which I got in a beauty advent calendar. Authentic Beauty Concept, that was okay. I'm glad it had no sulfates in, so yeah, that was great. Then I've used up a body cream from Lacura, which is older. Now, this came out a few years ago, and I was just needing to use it up. I used up another one in January. This was pleasant. It's lovely and moisturising. I would certainly buy another, because it was around £8 and it was worth the money. Slightly more than the standard size of the Boom Boom cream. I think this is 250ml and the Boom Boom cream is 240ml. But it was nice enough, and I would definitely get it again. And the Boom Boom cream copy was launched by Aldi for the first time in Australia in November, so I'm hoping it wings its way back to the UK. But the packaging is slightly different to that which I've shown you. Then this is the original Boom Boom cream, which I then used after I finished the other. Obviously this is my preference, but it is expensive. Whoops. And this is a little travel size, which I did use up. So I've got that one, and I didn't open that one, but I'll just show you. That's all used up. That was lovely. And then I also used up a Philip Kingsley Elastizer. This has November 19 on it, because I do tend to date all my products coming in to my collections, so that I don't use them out of date. Now, the reason I left it so long is I did buy over the course of a number of years 1 litre of the Elastizer, so I've had them in different fragrances, and I've got another one I have yet to start, so I thought I'll use up all the small ones that I've got, so I'm working through them all, and then I'll start on this other 1 litre one, which I've been buying because they're greater value for money. I mean, I think they retail around £100 odd for a litre, but I've had them for about £40 from other clearance websites. And what it will be is, in summer they'll have a fragrance of the summer, and then by winter it's clearance, and that's when I buy them. So it's a season or two too late, but I really love this. And I was putting it on damp hair, and I wasn't able to get the comb through. And then what I have been doing more recently is submerging the hair in water, getting it completely wet, and then wringing it slightly, and then putting the product on. And I was able to then use the comb, so I think it's more effective. Though it says you can use on damp hair, I think it's better to be really wet. And then I'd use it as a pre-shampoo treatment, so it'd be on around 20 minutes, and then I would shampoo, then condition. Lovely, absolutely love it. The next item I have, there's another candle here. This was from, it's called Dark Tuberose. It was a limited edition from Primark. It wasn't a good burn though. I'll have to scrape the candle out. Can you see? About a third of the candle remains. Yeah, so not so good. But I'll scrape it out and put it on a heated plate, which will allow the aroma to spread through the house. Moving on to skincare, I think at this point. I have a cleanser by Bliss, very, very old. It's an oil one. It had a seal on, but I knew it may have gone off because it made a funny noise. You shake it, you can still a little bit of product in that won't come out. Very, very greasy. I wouldn't buy it again. I'm not sure if you can, because I thought Bliss had gone, but I've seen it's had a bit of a comeback in America in the last few months. So this used to be a subsidiary of Elemis, of the same parent holding company that own Elemis. And they used to actually have, being Debenhams next to Elemis, they used to have a Bliss store. So it's going back some years now, but it's not my favourite product. One I really do like it, I've had it a long time, it's old and it's grubby. It's Skin Perfection Micellar Gel by L'Oreal. Now, this was the only one L'Oreal had to remove waterproof and a makeup remover. They've now got 3 versions. There's a sensitive, and I'm not sure what the other 2 are, one maybe with age renewal. So I'll pick up another gel, really, really good, really gentle. Didn't sting my eyes because I have quite sensitive eyes, so I'm going to definitely pick up another L'Oreal gel when I've worked through a couple of items I need to use up. Then I have this was used in January, but I couldn't find it. It's Decleo Aroma Night, and it is Neroli, because I'm allergic or sensitive to some other ones that they have. They've brought me out in hives, but the Neroli one is really nice, and I use it on top of my moisturiser, which recently has been called slugging, but I've been using this sort of product for many, many years. And I use that, it lasts me 12 months. I use it in summer. In summer I use another product, but in cold weather I will return to the Decleo one, and I've actually got one I'm using at the moment. Another product, and that's for night. Another night product I've got is by Elemis, and it is their, not Elemis, Estee Lauder, and it is their double night repair system. So this is a plastic one, so the writing's worn off. I've used several of one of these, and I'm on a metal one, the glass and metal one at the moment, so it's a full size one. And I really do like this. It has everything you need other than retinol, and I have my retinol I put on after this, or before it, depending what the retinol serum says to do. So love this. I've got plenty of these on backup. Then I have a Peter Thomas Roth, and I've got there when I got it. In a beauty box, some Selfridges. It's a gold mask. It lasted around 30 uses. There's 30 ml, so a little goes a long way. It's really nice and moisturising, and you just wash it off. You put it on dry skin and then you wash it off. So I used to use it in the bath. And after the bath, I would use in Universal Emulsion, and I'd have this in the period between having the bath and going to bed. And when I go to bed, I put my night system on. So this is a really nice light emulsion, suitable for all skin types, and it's by Elixir Skin. I got this in an advent calendar, and I've actually got another one I'm using at the moment from another advent calendar. So yes, it was nice stuff. Then I have 2 face sunscreens from Ultra Sun, which is my favourite sun protector company, and it's SPF 30 because I use this all year round. And I've had this in 2 different rooms and eventually managed to use them both up. They weren't both used up in the 1 month, but they've come to the end, obviously, in February. Then I got this from an advent calendar. It's Pro Collagen Oxygenating Night Cream, which is, well, I've been using Elemis for many years. I do use other products as well as they come into beauty advent calendars, etc. But my preference is for Elemis. It's really, really nice. It's their hero product. They have produced one that is more expensive, which in actual fact I prefer, but this is a really nice one. If you want to try the Pro Collagen range, and 50 ml, you often get them in beauty boxes, and they're really worth snapping up because that's worth about £30, 15 ml. Then I've got a Caudalie Vanilla Protect Concentrate. Now this one is a toner, but it does have a weird pickle smell. Now, a few other YouTubers I've seen have said that it has a weird, funky smell. Yeah, it's of pickle. So it's not one I would purchase again. It is what it is, but it did work as a toner. But you know, there are a lot of companies now, particularly in Japan, that are actually selling products that are fermented because they're good for the skin. So it may well be that that is a fermented product that is good for the skin, but it isn't a very nice fragrance. Because I do know, is it Aveeno? One of the more natural companies are actually using that. I'm trying to think what it is. When I remember, it isn't fresh. because I've got fresh, I can't think, it's one of the hair care brands I use. I've actually got a face one that has mushrooms in, that's a fungus that's fermented in some way, like you brew products. It's either brewed or fermented product, and they're supposed to be very, very good for the skin as a probiotic. So yeah, maybe I think that's probably what the issue was with the Caudalie one. Now this is, I've got a Beauty Advent calendar, and it's Fresh Tea Elixir, which is a very nice, slightly herbal scented, fresh herbal scented serum. I think it's better for younger skin than mine, but I use that post bath, so it's only on skin for a few hours. It's likewise with that. I get loads of these with free gifts in purchase, and I just use them now and again. I just the last a few weeks. So yeah, got both of them used up in February. And then I have a skincare product by Tata Harper. It's a cleanser, so it says, but it really isn't. It's an exfoliating product. So I used that, say once a week. I don't really feel you should use it any more than that. I don't think it's worth it high price. This is around £12 or £13 for a tiny tube. I didn't like it and I wouldn't buy it. I have another one that I got in another beauty box. I'll probably use it up at some point, but you know, I'm not excited. I would like to try other things because a lot of people do love Tata Harper, but I wasn't. You see, to me, a cleanser, in exfoliator shouldn't be in cleansers, because cleansers are for cleaning dirty skin, and basically, if you're putting in micro bits or exfoliators in, you could damage the skin and push dirt into the skin. Not a fan at all. Then I have some wipes, you know, some rounds that I use, various companies. I've got Primark and Tula Cura, which is Aldi, and they do the job for removing makeup, etc. Then I have a Superdrug cleansing wipe for all skin types, and I use that once I put oil on the skin to remove makeup, and it does mean the surface isn't very pleasant, and I use this to wipe all the oil and dirt off in just one swipe, and then I use another pad to do a second swipe of my micellar water. That's how I do my skincare. And finally, I've got 3 makeup products. So I've got a By Terry Hyaluronic Powder, which actually doesn't work well for my skin. It's very, very drying on my skin. Do not like it at all, but it's not the worst that I've tried. So I've used this up in January, and no, February. So I started it in January, used it up in February, and have another one I'm using at the moment. I got these in kits where I bought some other By Terry products. And then I have a mascara. Now I think this name has changed. It's a Full 360, which is their hero product by No. 7 Makeup. Really, really liked it, but what happened is I had it since 2019, so when I broke it out it was quite dry, so it only lasted me a month. Ordinarily this would last a lot longer. So once I've gone through my big collection of mascara, I would certainly buy this one again. Generally it can be around £20, but if you buy one you get one half price, or buy one get one free. I wait for those sorts of events at Boots. And then I have an eyeliner, which is by Collection, which I've had a long time, and it's not at its best. It's a bit pale compared to how it was, so I will declare that's finished. And then another product which definitely is Rhodile, and it's a micro pen. That was in my project pan, and it's gone. Now this one had a tiny amount of makeup in it. The product was less than the amount you get in the mini Benefit Precisely My Brow. So given as this is marketed as being £20 odd, I got this in TK Maxx. So I've had it within the last year, but given that it must have been an end of line for TK Maxx, who knows? You know, it had definitely gone dry. So it doesn't make me want to buy any more of Rhodile's eyebrow stuff, but I have plenty of others to try or to use up. I'm using Benefit at the moment, which is my preference for eyebrow products. So yeah, this was okay, but the only thing is you had to stab the brow. It's really pressing hard, which I really don't like, but I'm glad I finished this. So that's a bit of a sneak peek from my project pan. So anyway, they're all the items that I've used this month. Gone. Let me know your thoughts down below. Can I say thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you in another video. Otherwise, please do take care of yourselves, and bye for now.